Hi everyone, how are you guys? I'm very well, thank you. And the weather outside is just great. And today in this video, I wanted to explain you better our conceptual map for science. I uploaded the map last evening and now I'm making this video. And as you have already seen in the map, we have got 5 questions for this map. So let's see the questions first. Number 1 question is, what is air? Explain it and tell me also its properties. You remember, no? Question number 2. What are the layers of atmosphere? Explain them shortly. Do you remember, guys? Yes, I know you remember. Number 3. What is greenhouse effect and what happens if it increases? It's dangerous if you remember. What are the types of soil particles? And then what are the differences between animal and plant cells? 1, 2, 3. Shall we get started, guys? Yes. Number 1. What is air? If you can remember, guys, the air is a matter. Yes. And then what is a matter? Do you remember? Gas, solid, and liquid. And air also is a matter, and it is a gas. Actually, it is mixture of gases. What are these gases? So 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and in the oxygen there are the traces of water vapor, and 1% is a mixture of other gases, so carbon dioxide, argon, and various other components. Okay, and everybody, if you remember, there are also the properties of air, and before air we studied also the properties of matter and the properties of water. Now we are studying the properties of air, and we are going to talk about 4 properties of air. Number 1, colorless and odorless. Number 2, air occupies space. Number 3, air applies pressure, pressure. Number 4, air expands. So let's start with number 1. Everybody, air has no color or no odor, or air has no smell. It is an invisible matter, so we cannot see air, guys. We can only feel the air. And all the living things breathe. All the living things breathe air for their survival. And everybody, moving air, for example, it is called wind. Yes, today it isn't windy, it's very sunny today. Number 2, air occupies space. So everybody, air is a mixture of different gases, yes. So like every other matter, they also occupy space. And in the lesson we had the example of balloon. Do you remember, guys? If you blow balloon, I'm very sorry, I don't have a balloon at home now, so that's why I cannot blow a balloon, but you guys just imagine, okay? If you have a balloon at home, guys, please blow the balloon for me, okay? Thank you. So when you blow the balloon, it gets bigger and bigger, okay? So it means that the air occupies space. Number 3, air applies pressure, okay? It has weight, and the pressure applied by the weight of air is known as air pressure. And due to gravity, air near the surface is denser. So everybody, air on a surface near the Earth's surface is very dense. If you remember the particles, for example, the particles of air are closer each other because it is dense, it is heavy. But if you go up, for example, in the mountains, the air gets thinner. Okay, so it is not very heavy, it gets lighter. Okay, so the particles of air start to move a little bit free in the mountains. Okay. And everybody, number 4, air expands. If you heat the air on heating, air expands and occupies more space. The more it expands, the thinner it becomes. So imagine hot weather, everybody. When it's hot, the air is heavy because it is because it expands, okay? But when it is colder, it is thinner, okay? So it is lighter. Very good. So question number 1 is about the air and the properties of air. If you don't understand any part of it, and if you have some questions, guys, please do not hesitate to ask me, okay? You can ask your questions in the comment, or you can send me an email. I'm going to leave my email address on our online register, okay? Very good. Number 2, what are the layers of atmosphere? The layers of atmosphere. If you remember, there are 5. Troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, exosphere, okay? And if you remember, guys, we watched a video in our lesson from Dr. Binox. If you want, we can watch it shortly.
Hey everyone, guess where I am? Well, don't think so hard. I am in space. Do you see that blue ball? Well, that's where you are. That's the Earth. But hey, what are these? They are the layers of atmosphere. So, let's learn about the layers of atmosphere today.
Okay, everyone, so here is the Earth, okay, and then here is the atmosphere and the layers. If you want to watch the video, you can go on YouTube, and then if you write on YouTube properties of air Dr. Binox, you can watch this video. Okay, so let's continue. Everybody, the first layer is troposphere, and it is the lowest layer. Okay, so it is the first layer from the Earth. The majority of clouds and weather exist here. For example, everybody, when we say that it is rainy today, it's snowy, it's windy, etc., all these weather conditions happen in this layer. So it is troposphere. And everybody, it extends up to 10 kilometers. Okay, so troposphere starts in the Earth, okay, and then it goes up to 10 kilometers from the Earth's surface, okay. Number 2 is stratosphere. This is the second layer, And in this layer, everybody, airplanes comfortably cruise. So what does it mean? In this layer, airplanes can travel without any problem, okay? And it extends from 10 kilometers up to 50 kilometers. And everybody, one important point about this layer is that the ozone layer in this layer, okay? So, troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere. So, it is the middle layer, okay? And it starts at 50 kilometers and it extends to 85 kilometers high. And as you can see in this image, meteors burn up in this layer. I'm very sorry, but I think I'm going to sneeze. No. No. Okay. I'm very sorry. Okay, and number 4, thermosphere. It starts just above the mesosphere and it extends to 600 kilometers high. Aurora, do you know what aurora is? It is the northern lights and it is amazing. And the satellites occur in this layer. Okay, and in thermosphere, everybody, it's very, very hot. Number 5 is exosphere. It is the highest layer and it is extremely thin. Okay, it extends from the top of the thermosphere up to 10,000 kilometers. Very good. So, troposphere from 0 kilometer to 10 kilometers. Stratosphere from 10 kilometers up to 50 kilometers. Mesosphere from 50 kilometers to 85 kilometers. Thermosphere from 85 kilometers to 600 kilometers. Exosphere from 600 kilometers up to 10,000 kilometers. Okay, so question number 2, the layers of atmosphere. Number 3, what is greenhouse effect? Everybody, greenhouse effect, if it is natural, it is something good for us because it is a process that occurs when gases in Earth's atmosphere trap, so they take the sun heat and then they keep it in the Earth's atmosphere, okay? And this process makes Earth much warmer than it would be without an atmosphere. So guys, imagine that if we hadn't had an atmosphere, the Earth would have been very, very hot, okay? So thanks to atmosphere and also thanks to natural greenhouse effect, the Earth is, or the Earth has got the perfect heat, okay? So it makes Earth a comfortable place to live, okay? But everybody, there is a problem. It is a very important problem, unfortunately. Human activities like we are producing a lot of plastic and then factories, etc. Human activities are changing Earth's natural greenhouse effect. For example, in the factories, we burn fossil fuels like coal and oil, and then it puts more carbon dioxide into our atmosphere and it causes global warming. Okay, so if the natural greenhouse effect increases a lot, it creates global warming. So guys, imagine our Earth, okay? It is like a ball. Imagine our Earth. And then if we create a lot of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. We cover our